Hello, hello, my loves. Welcome, welcome. Today we are going live. I wanted to join you guys and have a real conversation about all things hot flashes. So you guys jump on, come on in, take a seat, join me. So how can you find some relief holistically, even if you aren't sure where to start for hot flashes? I get questions about hot flashes all the time because I think they are probably one of the hardest symptoms to deal with when beginning menopause. And so this topic is important to me because it's something that I personally dealt with. Now, my journey started in about 2017, 2018 when I began to feel off. I was having night sweats and pain in my abdomen, PMS, mood swings, and it felt like it was out of the blue. And overnight, I felt like a different person, which was nothing nice. And so I knew I wasn't sick per se. My labs always came back normal. My gyno at the time said everything was fine, but I hadn't been diagnosed with anything, but I knew I didn't feel like myself. And so something was going on with my body. I was losing my mojo. I was losing my motivation. I was gaining weight around my waist, which wasn't normal for me. I've always been a very small, petite woman. And where I could once work a 12, 14-hour day and power through and kill it and hit my goals, after a 6-hour day and a handful of clients, I needed a nap or a cup of caffeine. And so I knew something was off. And the night sweats, honey, they were nothing nice. I would wake up every night around about 3 a.m. drenched in sweat, no matter the weather, summer or winter. The fans didn't help. The air conditioning didn't help. And I realized it was coming from within, right? My pajamas, my pillowcase, my sheets, everything would be wet. My husband, get up off me, get up off my back. I remember some nights having to wake up and put a towel down so I could sleep comfortably because my sheets were wet. And I couldn't really go back to sleep. So I looked great on the outside, but I was dealing with so much internally. And I came to this place where I just couldn't take it anymore. And after reading a self-help book, much like my guide, Ready for Wellness, I quickly connected all of the symptoms to a hormone imbalance. And so I made a decision to set out on a journey, to start a journey, to rebalance my hormones and my health holistically. And it started with changing how I ate, just focusing on eating real foods. At the time, I was still eating meat, so I went paleo, right? I only did chicken, fish, fruits, vegetables, real foods that my body could digest and real foods that I needed. I also supplemented with natural hormones like my Flow progesterone cream until I felt more like myself again. And it took me only about 3 or 4 weeks to see a change in the night sweats, a change in my energy. And then it exploded and I felt amazing. And I decided to go full-blown plant-based, right? I was able to lose that extra weight that was hanging out around my waist. Hello, snap back somebody. But even more so than that, the night sweat stopped. I could sleep through the night. And so I'm having conversations with clients who are at a similar crossroads, who are experiencing some of the same symptoms. When a new client calls for a consultation, or we do our consultations on Saturday mornings, most of the time they complain about symptoms of hot flashes and night sweats. It's the number one calling card for perimenopause and menopause. It's almost out of nowhere. Like these sudden bouts of sweat hit them during the day and disrupt everything they're doing. We sweating our hair out, right? Your press is going bad. Your silk press is going back. And we're sleeping under 2 and 3 fans to help fight the flashes. And it's just getting out of hand. And it's really easy to identify hot flashes and to call them out because you can feel them. And so hot flashes and night sweats are like an issue all by themselves. So when we reach the season in life where they hit, we seek relief any way that we can get it. And night sweats, really what's happening deeper at the root, what we're seeing is our hormones changing, right? That sudden drastic drop in progesterone. Depending upon your age and your season, this can mean that you're entering perimenopause if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, or menopause if it's later in life. And so hot flashes are going to be the most telling symptom of this shift, whether it's perimenopause and you're closer to your 30s, or it's menopause and your cycles have completely stopped. Now, this change, this sudden drop, sudden shift in our hormones is natural. It happens to every single woman. It happened to our mothers. It happened to our grandmothers. It happened to their grandmothers. The difference with us is that this shift is happening early and our hormones are dropping more dramatically and drastically. And so you are having a much different and difficult experience than your mama, your grandmama, and her grandmama, right? If hot flashes feel exceptionally hard, most likely you entered perimenopause or menopause already dealing with estrogen dominance or issues with your cycles, or had fibroids or a hysterectomy, or feminine wellness has been going on in the background, and then you entered this season and it's getting real quick, right? So that means that when you started this shift and your hormones started to naturally drop, they were at a even lower level than they should have been before you got to the point where it drastically dropped naturally, right? So you are in a deficiency. You're in a deficit of progesterone. Now, hot flashes can feel like a rise in your body temperature, sweating, your heart begins to beat fast, and some women even develop a headache with their hot flashes. And so at night, this can definitely interrupt your sleep cycle, and some women also develop insomnia. Now, hot flashes and night sweats can also last anywhere between about 3 and 10 years in terms of, will you have hot flashes forever? No, but it really depends upon your body and how long it takes your hormones to naturally even back out, which again, that's why that progesterone cream is so important to help with this process. But you do not have to just suffer through the night sweats. Understanding the night sweats and hot flashes are hormonal, and so we have to start by going in and focusing, like I said, on rebalancing those right hormones so that you can have the relief and not just suffer through it. So what does that look like? How do we do this? If you've seen a doctor for your hot flashes or sought out some type of treatment, most likely a hormone replacement therapy was a part of the conversation. And this is absolutely true. We need to start considering how to supplement and how to rebalance your hormones. But when we talk about hormone replacement, estrogen is usually recommended. And I'm sorry to say, my loves, that may not be the right course. What's really needed and where we should focus is on your progesterone levels. There's so much information that's been published about this. I don't mind sharing you guys my sources so that you can be educated on this too. But progesterone levels begin to drop earliest and the hardest. And with so many women already dealing with estrogen dominance, again, fibroids, PCOS, they're already deficient in progesterone and rarely need extra estrogen. So sometimes hormone replacement therapy can be a bit off. And while it may help, it may not be a long-term solution. So progesterone is going to give you a natural progesterone. It's going to give you that same relief without the additional side effects. And for a lot of women that have tried estrogen replacement therapy, you know how hard it can be on your body. Now, along with natural hormones, your hot flashes are also dependent upon what you eat. Now, you may have already noticed this, and some of my clients make the connection on their own. But sugary foods and processed carbs like candy and cakes and fries, right? They break down into a sugar like white bread, like white rice, like pasta, and this will cause your hot flashes to feel worse, right? These foods cause an instant inflammation and trap toxins in your colon, which confuses your hormones and again makes that hot flash season even more difficult than it has to be. Now, I'd also be mindful of eating a lot of red meat and dairy products, which have a lot of added hormones that can confuse your endocrine system and also make it harder if you're dealing with hot flashes. Now, there are also herbs that can help your body to naturally rebalance. Mother Nature has given us everything that we need. So Vitex Berry, I take Vitex Berry and evening primrose oil like it's a part of my morning routine. And for me and for my clients, it's very helpful because it helps your body to naturally balance your own hormones at the root. It's not an added hormone, but it's going to repair, rebalance, and supplement where needed, right? It's going to help to go in and tone your uterus, tone your ovaries, balance your adrenal glands, all of those important parts of your endocrine system that's regulating, producing, and giving sensors and directions to your hormones. It does need to build up in your system, so I would give it about 3 months to see a major shift. Now, as always, please consult your physician if you're on different medications or high blood pressure medication before adding Vitex Berry or evening primrose oil. Everybody's body and situation is different. Now, here's the thing, my love. If your body is going through a change as a woman, you're going to evolve naturally. Why not boost your body through that change? When I started my wellness program, I really wasn't sure what to expect. But I knew that I had to do something different because I couldn't live the next 5, 10, 20 years of my life waking up in wet pajamas, sweated out hair, and sweaty sheets. So I set out on a journey. I didn't know where to start, but I started eating right. I started juicing in the morning. I started buying organic, cold, fresh pressed juice at juice shops. I started doing juice cleanses and focusing on putting myself first. Within 21 days, it did not take, 6 months. It did not take a long time. I started to see and I started to feel a noticeable difference in my body that I could not deny. I knew exactly what had caused the shift and how I felt, and that was my diet. And I am not special. I'm special, but I'm not special in the sense that you can have the same results with the same simple shifts, right? Taking back control of your body as a woman is simple. It's not always easy, but it's simple. Dr. Africa says that being healthy is simple. Being sick is actually what's hard. You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone and release what's been working for you in the past. The quick fixes, the pills, the celebrity diets, right? And seek something more long-term because you deserve it. You're going to have to be more committed to getting better than ever before, and you can do it. I know that you can do it, my loves, because I've done it. And don't feel bad. I've done it. I've fallen off the train. I've done it. I've eaten a lot of vegan processed food. I've eaten vegan conveniently. Like, you go through shifts and seasons, but the thing is to return back to yourself so that you can continue to flourish. Now we're in September, and at the end of the year, it's quickly approaching. I feel the seasons changing, right? Thank you. Oh my God, the seasons are changing. Like, the summertime is my favorite season. I love the summertime. It's always been my favorite. But this summer has been unbearably hot. So I am welcoming autumn. I am welcoming the shift. I am welcoming the fall. I'm very excited about it. I'm ready to get my autumn and my fall crops in the garden, but there's still time, regardless of how close we are to the end of the year. There's still time for you to reclaim yourself and change how you feel. There's time for you to feel better for yourself before you step into 2024, because you, my love, cannot pour from an empty cup. Yes, hot flashes are normal, but I believe that they're one of those symptoms that just are not natural. Just because every other woman has hot flashes doesn't mean that you have to have uncontrollable, unbearable hot flashes, and it doesn't mean that you have to suffer through them. Women in other parts of the world that eat other diets do not experience hot flashes the way that we do in America, right? We're just conditioned to believe that this is our normal. We're conditioned to believe that this is our natural. And one thing that I gave up a long time ago, honey, is this false programming about how I should age and how I should feel and how I should look and how I should live. You deserve to live healthy, healed, happy, whole, and your highest self on your own terms, right? So don't be conditioned to believe that being sick is just inevitable as you age, because that is absolutely not our truth. God did not create us to wake up, go to work, live, get sick, die, and repeat. Like, no. No. So the first thing that we're going to do is detox. Detox your mind of limiting beliefs and limiting thoughts about food, what you can eat, what you will eat, what you don't eat, and detox your body to rid it of the toxins that's causing you to burn up from the inside and sweat out your hairstyle. Next, you're going to have to dump, my love. I want you to dump, to toss, and to trash all of the foods in your fridge and in your pantry that don't align with feeling like yourself again. I don't publicize it a lot because I don't have a lot of time and a lot of slots available with all of the things in life and with Ralphie, but I do offer one-on-one long-term coaching that includes a kitchen cleanup and a grocery store tour where we deep dive in this together. It's a little bit more intensive. It's typically reserved for my clients that are having a health crisis or a health issue and need to drastically turn their health around pretty immediately. And so if that's you and you feel like you need more one-on-one help than the book can provide, than the products can provide, than just the monthly meal plans, you can also schedule a consultation and we can talk more about it. But sugary, fried, and processed snacks and convenient foods that are all flaming those fans of inflammation and hot flashes. Because remember, an inflamed colon is going to cause bad hot flashes to get worse before they get better. And then I want you to dive into a new lifestyle. Get excited about getting up in the morning and getting in the kitchen. Get back to yourself. Get excited about your future and how you can feel. I want you to dive into new recipes, into new podcasts, into new YouTube videos, into new books, into new circles. You get to jump into feeling better with both feet as if your life depends on it, because the truth, my love, is that it does. And then lastly, I would add ditch. Because now listen, you may have to ditch some people that just aren't aligned with your healing. You may have to block some folk. You may have to let some people go to voicemail. You may have to stop hanging out with some friends. You may have to eat something different than your boo is eating, right? It may look different. You may have to eat something different than your kids are eating. Like, you are going to have to ditch anything, any reason, any excuse that's holding you back right now, because aligning with what you know is possible for yourself is most important. Now, this could be family that's dead set on eating them fried pork chops because it's all they've ever known, or the physician that's not listening to what you know to be true about your body. Don't be afraid to ditch it and let it go. In order to heal this thing holistically, you're going to have to get brand new. And you can do it. I am giving you permission. I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to myself too, right? I'm giving us permission to get brand new, and you can do it. Now listen, I have everything that you need to help you. I have recipes in my book to get you started with what you need to eat, and my wellness guide and cookbook, Ready for Wellness. I have poured my heart and my soul into this book, and it really is a passion of mine to help you heal. I lost my mom to dementia. I started to experience health symptoms. I really believe I was on the cusp of a health crisis had I not shifted and changed my lifestyle. I'm seeing beautiful, successful 6-7-figure women around me who have everything that they've ever desired and are feeling the effects of burnout that's really silently keeping them from living their lives. And so my passion is to help you overcome this and experience life on a different side, right? Now, the recipes in the book will help you get started with what to eat. And then the Flow Feminine Cream is a natural, holistic hormone progesterone cream without the side effects that really helps to unlock balance once you start to eat differently. And then the Flow Womb Wellness Tea is full of herbs that help to repair your body's ability to adjust to that natural drop in your hormones. All of these are available on my website, okay? And remember, just because your body is transitioning, just because you're in a season of shifting, doesn't mean that you have to accept hot flashes and how you feel. I want you to ask yourself, if you knew the answer to having relief from hot flashes right now, what would it be? What is the first step that you can take? And I want you to follow that voice, because you know what you want and you know what your body needs, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for jumping on. Thank you guys for spending this time with me. As always, my loves,